If you're new to Lonestar Grillz or you're looking to purchase a Lonestar grill, specifically an offset smoker, and you want to learn some best practices and tips on using an offset from Lonestar, this video is for you. I am new on my offset journey, so I've asked a few of my closest Pitmaster friends that are YouTubers as well that have Lonestar offsets to give me their best advice, but also you as a viewer some advice on a Lonestar offset smoker. So stick around as we hear from some amazing Pitmasters and to help expedite your learning as well as mine. Our first Pitmaster we're hearing from is Darren from Kickin BBQ. He's got an awesome YouTube channel. He's a wonderful Pitmaster. He also has barbecue competition tips and tricks, wonderful barbecue recipes, different types of grills for you to learn from. So check his channel out. But let's hear what he has to say as we get started on our Lonestar.
Hey Scott, welcome to the Lonestar Grillz family. Congrats on your new offset smoker. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're going to be cooking up on it. That being said, I got 3 tips for you that I recommend as you're learning your cooker. Number 1, have fun. Have fun with whatever you're doing, whether you're cooking or learning your smoker. Just enjoy the process. It's not going to come easy. It's not going to come overnight, but it will come, and it's going to make the experience so much more enjoyable if you go into it with a positive mental attitude. And as you're learning the cooker, learn where your hot spots are. Get some oven thermometers so you can tell where your hot spots are, and it's just good to have that knowledge. Also, I definitely recommend building some practice fires and practice getting your cooker up to temperature, especially as we come into the fall and winter months. You know, it can be a little bit harder to dial in your temperature, but practice makes perfect. Even if you're not cooking on it, build some fires and have some fun. Who doesn't like playing with fire? My second tip would be to practice on easy proteins that are forgiving. Chicken, you're cooking up to temperature. Pork butt has a ton of intermuscular fat, so it's really hard to mess that up. So those are my 2 top proteins to practice with as you're learning a new cooker, but definitely an offset cooker. This is a lot of mass to warm up and everything else, so I think going into it with, again, that positive mental attitude, and I think having a few successful initial cooks will get you in that right frame of mind as you want to try briskets and other more advanced things. And my third and final tip would be your wood selection. Source good wood from a reputable source near you. Buy it in bulk. It does make it a lot cheaper in the long run, and it really doesn't go bad as long as you take care of it. This chunk right here would definitely be too big. I would not be feeding my firebox with this size wood. I would split it in half or even into quarters. I do find it a lot easier to maintain temperature using smaller wood splits than larger ones. Plus, if you got a couple smaller ones on there and you overshoot your temp, it's easy to pull one off and let the fire come back down. Practicing your fire management skills is going to be crucial for success on an offset pipe smoker, and I know myself and a lot of other people that are in the community are here to help you along your journey, so feel free to reach out at any time with any questions you might have, and I look forward to seeing your upcoming videos and what you're going to be cooking up on this. I know it's going to be fantastic. Welcome to the Lonestar Grillz family, Scott, and I can't wait to see what you cook up next.
Our next Pitmaster is David from the Barbecue Lab. He's got a wonderful YouTube channel and he is full of knowledge. If you're looking for product reviews on every type of grill and different barbecue accessories, he's your man. He's got an awesome channel filled with knowledge and does a lot of lab testing in the barbecue space. And he also just recently launched his own seasoning company, so definitely check him out. But let's hear what he had to say as we get started on our Lonestar.
If I could give any piece of advice to someone who's looking at working with a Lonestar Grillz offset, it would be to really understand the plate system in the bottom of the unit. I know my 24x48 offset has 4 different plates that act as a deflector system to keep that heat from coming off of the firebox and going right up to the grate. And one of the things that Chris had told me is that there should be a very small gap between the first and the second plates, a little larger gap between 2 and 3, and an even larger gap between 3 and 4. For those measurements, I usually use about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch for what I'm doing. 2 things I found though. The first is that I come out often and I find that I need to monkey with those a little bit depending on what heat I'm cooking with. If I'm going higher or if I'm going lower than my normal of around 275, I find that I might need to monkey with those plates just a smidge to be able to help that even out from left to right. And the second thing, I find that whenever I move that grill, those plates have a tendency to move on me. Now, I don't know if they've been updated since I picked up my grill, whether you can clamp them down or not, but on my unit, they don't really clamp down that I'm aware of. And whenever I trailer the grill, I find that those plates shift. I went and did a remote cook one time and I didn't look at the plates and they had moved all over the place, and I found a couple hot spots I was not expecting. So if you're moving the grill, make sure that you check those plates and you'll be good to go.
Our next pitmaster is Arnie from Arnie Tex barbecue YouTube channel. It is fantastic. Arnie has just been around for a long time and he's an expert in the barbecue field. He has his own seasonings that he just launched recently, which are wonderful. He has awesome channel. You definitely need to check that out as well. Well, he's sharing a little bit of his like a walk around experience of his Lonestar grills. He's got a few and he's going to talk about this. It's in vertical view, but he has some great thoughts around his experience using a Lonestar offset, specifically his trailer and Santa Maria experience. So if you're interested in learning more about that, let's check out what Arnie had to say.
Hey guys and gals, barbecue lovers, this is Arnie Segovia coming at you, better known as Arnie Tex on the online community, on YouTube, Facebook, and all the other social media platforms. We cook a lot. We barbecue, we grill, we smoke, we cook in the kitchen. And I just want to take a minute to give Chris over at Lonestar Grillz a huge shout out. He built this trailer for me custom. He normally builds 24 by 5 foot, which is 60 inches long. I wanted one a little bit longer. Chris was super accommodating. Well, thank you so much, Chris. I do appreciate it very, very much. The fit, the finish, the quality that these guys put into these barbecue cookers, smokers, and grills, it's mind-blowing. It's incredible. I come from a welding background. My dad was a welder, so I know what good welding is. I know what good fabrication is. These guys are second to none. They build some of the best grills and smokers in the country. No question about it in my mind. And I've probably owned well over 100 grills, definitely way more grills and smokers than anybody I know. It's been an obsession of mine since I was very young. Anyway, Chris, thanks a bunch. This is my second Lonestar grill smoker. The first one I had was a 24 by 48 patio model, but it was just a little too small for what I was doing at the time, so I sold it and I talked to Chris and built a bigger one. It's pretty much my dream pit. It has a Santa Maria grill out back. It has 2 burners in the back. It had the big, thick firebox. Lots of room to carry wood up front. Lots of room in the boxes out back. I just love this thing. It's incredible. And friends, I've been in his shop. I've taken the walk through there. It's amazing to see the assembly lines. I said that plural. Assembly lines of equipment. Grills, barbecue smokers that they're building. It's incredible to see, you know. They're like a well-oiled machine, the way they build stuff there. Incredible. And Chris is such a nice guy, very down to earth. He'll sit down and talk to you and ask you what you need and kind of walk you through your needs, and he'll build you the grill, the smoker, the way you want as well. All right, friends, so here you have it. We're grilling in Texas, baby. This is the smoker trailer that Chris built for me. It's a beautiful piece of equipment, and I absolutely love it. And I haven't used it as much as I'd like to, but we're getting into 2025 here pretty quick. We're going to tear it up, man. Out back here, you see I've got the Santa Maria grill. It's kind of been sitting a little while. And here's the reason why the other Santa Maria grill doesn't get used a whole lot. That's because last year I bought another Santa Maria grill to cook on the porch and make videos with. Chris, of course, did an amazing job, and I really love this. But I'm fixing to order a bigger one, 24 by 48, and I'm ready to go, man. 2 big storage boxes back there. 2 big burners here. These were getting a little rusty too, but we're getting ready for the new year. We're going to be cooking up a storm. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for building me such an incredible and beautiful piece of equipment. Cheers, everybody. Y'all have a happy holiday season, and God bless you.
Those were some amazing tips from some great pitmasters. Thank you guys for jumping in on this collaboration and adding so much value. Let us know in the comment section what questions you have that we could help you along on your journey. Be sure to follow those guys as well. Well, I've been doing 20 cooks at this point of recording this video on the Lone Star, and I wanted to share my fresh learnings as I take in the advice from these pitmasters and also Chris from Lone Star. I want to talk about two different things: fire management, and then using the water feature for maintenance, but also humidity and moisture retention for those low and slow cooks. Let's start with fire management. I highly recommend, and again, I have nothing else to compare to, so keep that in mind, but that fire management system is a game changer. It allows you to contain your wood splits, which I like so far. 7 to 8 inches long has been a perfect size, where I'll use a charcoal bedded of lump charcoal. You could use briquettes and get that white hot, put your logs on and your sticks on every 45 minutes to maintain your temperature. So if that's something you're wondering about, that's the timing typically so far for me. That's been very true. But that fire management system really keeps your fire contained and really helps expedite keeping a clean fire. Logs not, you know, if you're doing kind of the log cabin stacking, which is wonderful strategy. I have not done that yet. Maybe if you want to see that, me testing that out, leave that in the comments. I'll be happy to try that. But so far, the fire management system is one I recommend, and a tip. It's really expedited my learning curve on just maintaining temperature on the Lone Star. And so that's a quick little tip on the fire management. Also, the ash drawer removal makes life so easy. I've got a silver little ash can. I can dump things out the next day when it's cold. That makes maintenance in the fire box so much easier. And then also you'll notice different guys, and I've been doing it and testing it, and it really makes a difference. Putting your wood splits, 2 wood splits inside on the opposite sides of the fire management box to warm it up so you get instant combustion, and then also a few logs on top of the griddle. If you have that feature to warm things up, that's going to help capture the wood on fire faster and get you a cleaner burn. So that's all about fire management. Using adding the water valve, if you're wondering, should I add that feature? So far, it's a win, because if you have all the drippings, which I've done it without a foil, I've done it without the water in there. But from a maintenance standpoint, if you're going to want to have it just an easy way to clean, you're able to fill it with water, not to the top, but just fill it with water. And then all the drippings get in there, and then you can drain it in a bucket, and it makes cleanup so much easier. You might still need to use like some type of tool to kind of maybe get some grease that didn't get into, I guess, dissolve or evaporate. You'll still maybe need to do that. Outside of that, it makes maintenance and cleanup really easy. Then the other benefit is if you're doing low and slow cooking, putting water in the cooking chamber in the bottom and making sure the valve is turned off and not leaking, then it's going to add moisture and humidity to the fire or the cooking chamber, which is going to make your barbecue more tender and moist, and as it cooks for a long period of time. So those are just 2 fast things I'm learning fresh. I hope that's helpful for you. And my friends, thank you for watching. Hopefully you're finding value. It really makes a difference when you subscribe and like and share the channel. Be sure to let me know the questions you have as you're exploring a Lonestar Grillz. And thank you, Chris, for your awesome coaching as well and creating just a wonderful product. And again, from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love, good barbecue. Till next time.